So, hello everyone, I'm Pierre Bonnel from EOMIS, and I will introduce you our publication on Pelican, our open source project. So, EOMIS is a company founded in France in 2013, and our activities are on engineering and consultancy on electrical machines. And in particular, we are specialized in noise and vibration reduction of electrical machines. Activities include experimental measurement, software development, and training. We have a team of 13 R&D engineers from vast field of expertise, from electrical engineering to scientific computing. And we are quite active on open source software development with a free active project, Mosquito on psychoacoustic, KDataTool on visualization of scientific data, and of course, Pelican. So at EOMIS, we have created a software named Manatee for the vibroacoustic simulation of electrical machine within MATLAB. And we wanted to go from MATLAB to Python. For that, we decided to reorganize completely our software with a new object-oriented architecture. But by doing so, we realized that with this new architecture have a lot of possibilities for research. So in 2018, we presented the Pelican project in ICEM so that people can contribute and help us to play with all these research possibilities. And the idea is Pelican at the end will be a part of our next version of Manatee. The idea is that we release the core of Manatee as Pelican. So what is Pelican exactly? So Pelican is an open source flexible simulation framework for the multi-physics design and optimization of electrical machine and drive. This looks quite complicated, but the idea is that we explain in detail in our publication in 2018 what every single term means. In particular, the idea behind the Pelican was to encourage reproducible and collaborative applied research in electrical machine design. For that, the idea is that 2 years ago in ICEM, we asked people if they already have done a coupling, for instance, with FEMM and MATLAB, which is quite classic, and too many people answer yes. The idea is that we want to have, for instance, a coupling with FEMM that is coded once and for all, optimized, and shared with everyone. So for that, we need to have the code accessible and easy to understand for everyone. That's why we went with Python, which has a quite large scientific community, which has lots of tools for post-processing and signal processing as well. And we went also on GitHub, so that anyone, including now, can go to on GitHub to see the code, contribute to it, talk about it, and so on. And we are also using an Apache license so that anyone can use the code, share it, modify it, even commercially, so that the wider spectrum of people can use it. And we explain more further why we created Pelican in our publication from 2 years ago. Then the main idea behind Pelican that we will more explaining in this year publication is the idea about a flexible simulation framework. So to achieve that, we went with the object-oriented programming. The idea is that every single part of the software is considered as a black box, as an entity, so that it's more easy to change any part of the code with something else. I will present you an example to explain that. So, for instance, let's take this slot. To compute the height of this slot, you need to do h2 plus h1 plus h0. And this second one, you just need to add h2 and h0. The idea is that in a normal code, I would say, you will have if type slot equal 1, then if type slot equal 2, then. The idea is that if you need to add a new slot, you will have to extend every single if or switch case everywhere in your software, which is not convenient. The idea with object is to see our slot as black boxes with a method comp height that will return the height of the slot. Then with that, you don't need to know how it's computed and what the slot really look like. You just know in your code that you have an entity, which is a slot, and you can get its height through comp height. So it's much simpler to handle, and you can think at a higher level when you are working on your algorithm, which is very important. So the idea is that this principle is applied everywhere in PyLican for topology, model, and even post-processing. So it's very simple to add a new topology. Basically, you just have to follow the example of any previous slot or any previous lamination and provide the same method, so the same function like comp height, and the program will be able to interact with your object exactly as it did with all the other ones. And what is very important with that is that, for instance, if you have two different magnetic models, as long as you say that you interact with it by calling run, for instance, then you can say that all the outputs of these models are gathered in a generic output object for the magnetic part to store the flux, the torque, and so on. And so then the post-processing are defined within this generic output. So whatever how it was computed, you will be able to plot the flux radially and tangentially, for instance, and with FFT, everything will be there. And if then you add a third magnetic model, it will reuse exactly the same code for the post-processing, and it's even more convenient to compare both models. Once you have a model that is fully validated, it's easy to investigate new model and see how it's performing against the previous one. And it's even better because if then you introduce a structural model, for instance, after this one, as the output of the magnetic model were normalized, it doesn't matter if it was computed with model A or model B, you just use the normalized output and you carry on your computation. You can even, with this ID, import some experimental data or generate any signal and use it as your starting point of your simulation. As I said, the idea is that everything is object within PyLican, so the machine are object as well. And the idea is that we see machine as a combination of other objects. So for instance, we define a lamination with the winding as a particular slot, as a particular object, a lamination with magnet as a particular other object. And by combining the two, we get an IPMSM machine, for instance. So the idea is that once we have the object to define a lamination with winding, we can use it for every other machine. So for instance, we managed to define for now mostly some 2D radial flux machine, like IPMSM, synchroreluctant machines, quick reluctance, and so on. Here to represent that, for instance, here are some images generated with PyLican. And the idea is that our process can also be extended to linear motor and axial force flux motors, but we haven't investigated yet how to do that. So any contribution will be welcome on this part. Then the idea is that by playing with this object, we are able to create lots of various topologies, even some very exotic one as the example that you can see on your screen. And the idea of this presentation is to show you how we use the object-oriented approach to optimize the geometry definition of our topology. So we can provide something which is convenient to extend, so we can add new slots, and very interesting to investigate very complete, very complex and crazy topology, which can be the tomorrow new standard motor. So first, the idea is that we have this slot object that will define the edges of the slot. So we just have, it will return some line between two complex coordinates. Then we have the lamination that will take this list of lines, copy, rotate them for ZS, for the number of slots, and I add the bore radius lines so that we can create an object known as surface that define the lamination by the lines that are needed to draw the lamination. And finally, we define the machine as a combination of several surfaces. So when we call the build geometry of a machine, we just call the build geometry of every single of its object. So both rotor and stator, for instance. And the idea with that is is that we get a generical list of surfaces that are defined with a list of lines needed to draw a surface, a label to know if the surface is either a winding or a magnet, for instance, and a reference point to, for instance, apply some property within the machine. And what is very interesting is that these surface objects are completely generical, and all the complexity to generate them are handled with build geometry, which means that every single coupling that we will create with PyLican, as long as they use the standard surfaces, they don't need to bother about implementing complex topologies. For the idea is that we can use this kind of code. Say, for instance, here is a piece of code from our coupling with FEMM. Basically, we take all the surfaces from the machine. For each surfaces, we draw each line to draw the surface. And then we assign the surface at the corresponding point with the corresponding property. And with that, we are able to create such simulation within FEMM, for instance. Here, we call the build geometry of the lamination by saying, instead of copying all the slots, just copy a quarter of the slot. So we have the symmetry built in within the build geometry, which means that there is no code to handle symmetry within the FEMM coupling instead of course, the boundary condition, which is quite powerful. And then here is a coupling with GMS. And you can see that here we have a very complex lamination with 3 kinds of slots. And we, again, all these complexities handle with build geometry. And the coupling with GMS is only a simple file that will just focus on defining a single surface and extrude the corresponding surface. So now we'll go a bit deeper about how we make everything works. So in this example, we define a lamination with slot and winding, a slot with these particular parameters and a winding. Then a second lamination with another slot, and we combine them to create our machine. So then if we plot it, we get something like that. And then if we add a third and another lamination, we can now combine the 4-1 and get this one. And as you can see, we reuse exactly the same 2 lamination as the previous example as I showed you. The idea is that you can really play with the object and combine them as much as you want and as crazy as you want. So now regarding the optimization tools. So here you can see an example of optimization on a machine. We are playing on the width for the air gap and of the opening slot, and we are able to tune our simulation and get other results. And these tools are already available within PyLican on the GitHub, so you can play with it. The idea is that the aim of PyLican is to offer a way to help us to optimize topologies. So that's why it's very important for us to have this optimization within the open source project. So you don't have to create your own. Again, so the idea is that we have the geometrical modeler that enables us to create an efficient coupling with 2D and 3D FEA software. We have the geometrical model that enables us to play with very complex topologies by combining several lamination, by combining different kind of slots and so on. And we have the building optimization tools to find within all these topology, which are the best and how to find the most efficient machine from all these topologies. And finally, I remind you that everything is on the Apache license, so anyone, including industries and laboratories, can use it, even commercially. The idea is that we want everyone to be able to use it so that everyone can propose their own topology and their own ideas. So if you're interested, you can subscribe to our newsletter and go to our website for more information, and know that every single image from our publication and this presentation, is available on GitHub, so you can reproduce them. Thank you for your attention.